It's almost the end of the year, and I just wanted to take this moment to reflect upon it. Not in a dramatic way. I'm not sitting here with a list of things that I did achieve and things that I didn't, because for the very first time, this year didn't feel like it just slipped past me. In the past, I would make huge goals, big commitments, and somewhere along the way, I just lose the momentum and it would all just drift away. But this year was different. I didn't set any huge goals, no unrealistic expectations, just a few non-negotiables. Small things that I promised myself to show up for every day, even when I felt unmotivated, and especially on the days when I didn't feel like doing them. And over time, those small things started to change how I see myself. At the start of this year, I made a simple promise to myself to move my body consistently, even when I didn't feel like it. Some days it meant going to the gym, some days it meant running, and some days it just meant doing something less than I planned. And there was nothing glamorous about it. But slowly, something changed. Not just how I felt physically, but how I trusted myself. Every time when I showed up to the gym, or every single time when I went on a run when I didn't feel like it felt like I was quietly proving something to myself. One of the creators that I admire on YouTube, Nathaniel Drew, once said that when someone must do something that they don't want to do, it creates a plot for a lot of good stories, and that just got stuck with me. So I set myself a challenge to run a 5K, and doing that made me realize that it was never really about the distance, but it was more about pushing past that voice inside my head that would tell me to stop early. Ever since I moved to the US and I left my comfort zone, I knew that in order for me to achieve my goals and in order for me to achieve the level of success that I want to achieve, I'm going to have to expand my horizon. Learning has always been an important part of my life. Being a student, it's something that I'm always surrounded by every day. And I'm genuinely passionate about what I study. But I wanted to expand beyond that. I wanted to learn things simply because I was curious about it, not because I had to learn them. And so I decided to change something this year. I started to read more intentionally. I used to read in the past, but it never felt deliberate. It was more like something that I should be doing and not something that I wanted to genuinely spend time on. And so I didn't read a book every month, but I did choose the books that I was genuinely interested in, and that made all the difference. It reminded me that I do enjoy the process of reading. I do enjoy the process of learning new ideas and learning about different perspectives. And since I was on this journey of learning new things, around the same time I also picked up my guitar. Learning how to play a musical instrument had always been on my mind, but I never just came around it because I knew that it was going to take a lot of patience, and trust me, it did. And to be honest, it's been over 1 year now since I've been playing guitar, and I'm nowhere near as good as I want to be. And there were days where it was a struggle. There were days where it felt like I should just give up, but I never felt completely demotivated to just abandon it. And even though the progress was slow and small, I felt confident enough to keep going. And that confidence, knowing that I can stay patient with myself, it's something that I didn't have before. One of the biggest highlights of my year was when I went back home the last summer break. I had not met my friends and family in almost 3 years ever since I moved to the US, and so that felt really great. Spending time with family, spending time with friends, and all the people who have known me long before all these goals existed just felt very fulfilling and warm. And to be honest, going back to India, going back home, didn't really push my life forward in any obvious sense, but it reminded me of where I come from, what my roots are, and why do I care so much about working hard and building the life that feels meaningful. And I came to a realization that sometimes progress isn't about moving faster, but it's about reconnecting with what really matters. Looking back, this year didn't drastically change my life, but it did change my relationship with myself. And I'm ending this year feeling a little more grounded, a little more honest, and a lot more confident that I can keep showing up for myself. And for now, that's enough. 2025 was all about showing up for myself, and 2026 is going to be about ruthlessly eliminating distraction, choosing deliberately where I spend my time, what I spend my time on, and executing on the goals that I've committed to with full conviction. Happy New Year.